starting, then it's now recording. So we're back on the
I can't wait to re-listen to this and hear my fucking voice and then immediately turn it off.
Yeah, I know. I always sound like
This would be cool.
Like you can't say retarded, just so you know.
whoa. We gotta bleep that already.
There you go.
That's out of there.
I'll edit it. I'll put it on my YouTube channel and send it to Emma and only Emma.
There you go.
I brought a notebook for
Notes.
I'm gonna write down
Fucking
topics.
Oh,
And it's gonna be great. We're just gonna start.
It's
Yeah.
just 2 guys, just 3 guys.
Oh fuck! I'm already out the group. That's great.
All
Mike
right.
has a card.
And
you
we
have the
drop
recorder.
Connor off
This
over
is where
here.
you get out there, Connor.
Excuse me. Can I borrow your opus? That's where it's filled. Gio, do you mind if I do that?
So welcome to the Theater Boys
Oh, God.
That's it?
podcast.
That's what we
No,
call it?
no,
Alright, I like it.
Theater Boys
Theater
with
Boys.
an I.
Can we just the working name? Can we just call it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
good
working name for
Name
now.
in progress. There you go.
Name in
Fucking,
progress.
it's in progress.
Room for
That's what we're gonna call it. That in
Yeah,
progress.
In progress. Undecided.
In brackets. In progress.
Yeah, in progress.
It is currently 11:30
Is it?
Is it?
on a
Fuck.
Friday
So
night.
we need to-
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's 11:34.
We're headed to McDonald's
We're going to McDonald's to get some coffee.
because who needs sleep? Fucking
Because when you get a little tired, you gotta throw some coffee down your throat. Fuck sleep.
Heroics on
you throw it down. And dude, who needs sleep? You'll just drink coffee, and that's. I don't understand.
That's my
Here's a good topic.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. I
What?
just don't.
What's your choice? We have nothing against that.
Yes, I know, but I also don't.
It's like it's not a big movement here, Gio. Where it's like.
I
oh,
am
I'm
not
gay.
revolutionary.
Oh fuck! You don't drink coffee? Like no.
I like coffee.
I like it too. Gio,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck you, Gio.
I wasn't saying. Okay.
Coffee is great for a bad day. You having a bad day? Drink some coffee.
Yeah,
But it's-
because then you're gonna
just-
focus on the shit that will come out of your ass from that
Exactly.
coffee. You will not be able to focus on the bad day.
I feel like
Well, I wasn't thinking that, but
Oh,
go
is
ahead.
that not what we
No.
were sparring about?
It just tastes nice. It just warms the soul.
I
That's
was
not
gonna
why
say
I
I
had
just
so much
I
sugar
feel
in
like
mine.
if I had you okay, we're gonna talk about that after.
Oh,
I
God.
feel like
I set myself up. That's on me.
I feel like I'd be too much on coffee. I'd have far too much energy.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Too extra.
Oh,
Why?
look at you! I got
Just
too
jumping
much
around.
energy.
Oh, excuse me. Fucking hell.
I got far too much energy.
What?
Gio, I remember
to
the
live.
first time.
I've got energy.
Gio, I remember the first time I had coffee. You wanna know what happened?
You gotta
What
eat
happened?
fucking shit his
I
pants
shit
and
my
go to
pants.
boner.
Did you actually
Yeah,
shit
my-
your pants?
At
Yes.
the same time.
Probably. I don't know. All I know is it just went through me.
I remember the first time I had coffee. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like the coffee. Hey,
Well,
coffee.
they gave it to me black, and I went, "This is
Yeah,
horrible.
And
What
my-
the fuck
my-
is this?"
My dad keeps trying to convince me, it tastes the same. It doesn't taste the
It
same.
doesn't fucking.
It doesn't fucking taste the same.
Oh my god, coffee.
The
I
amount-
can't taste the difference. Well, yeah, because your taste buds are fucking gone.
My favorite is that since you're lactose intolerant, and whenever I see you grab the milk because you don't want to drink it black,
Me?
yes, you.
Okay.
I'm like you're setting yourself up for
What the fuck?
for
Why?
Fuck
horrors.
Yeah, but it's different. I don't get like explosive diarrhea or anything.
You just
like
get every other.
I
type
just
of
my
bowel
stomach
movement.
just starts to hurt real bad. It like goes back in. It's the opposite.
It goes back to Christ Almighty.
As for you,
Oh,
Connor,
it's McDonald's.
you have a coffee story from when we went on a trip to Quebec City.
You want to tell it? Cause like
I just remember you
Oh,
making a
you're-
huge mistake
Ugh.
it was
because you got your
horrible
receipt and it said 6 sugar.
It said
6?
5. You
5.
fuck.
Sorry.
Get the facts right.
My
You're gonna-
bad.
You're gonna tell this story. Tell it with some dignity and
You
class.
took
fuck.
it had 5
You're
sugars
like
on
the words of Arthur Miller. You can't fuck that shit up, man. You can't. You just can't.
He did say that.
He
Don't
did.
fuck this shit up.
He did.
All right. Well, this McDonald's is really full.
And full of
Uh,
douche bags.
full of douche
So
bags.
what are we gonna do?
There's another McDonald's down the road.
There is many of
There is a
McDonald's.
McDonald's
That is rung up.
Ugh.
Oh, great. Mike's broken.
Anyways, you had 5 sugars in your coffee.
I did. Now,
And
here's-
you
here,
could
let
have
me-
asked for it to not be
I
5,
could've-
but you were
I
like,
could've done
fuck
that.
it.
I did say that. You know why? Because I usually get a large coffee. And when I get a large coffee, I usually put in a little bit of extra sugar. But I got a medium coffee. And for anybody who's
No,
done grade
what?
9 sciences.
No, it's
Dilution?
It's not the
It's
same
super
amount.
dilution!
They don't put the same amount of sugar in a medium double double as they do in a large double double.
I think
it's by size. It's not the same. Is it not?
No. They literally go 6 packets of
5
sugar.
packs.
Okay, 6 packets of sugar.
they put it in.
They put that in. They don't change
Put
it.
it in.
They do that at Tim's, but not at McDonald's. I know they don't do that at
I
McDonald's.
wanted the sound of the
Sometimes
car
you
door.
get a double at like McDonald's or Tim's, and it doesn't taste like.
I've looked at Tim's.
But
Yeah, I
anything.
know what you mean. I know.
Bullshit.
I've looked at Tim's.
The opening will be the sound of the car door. Just
I like it. Oh, let's do like all three.
all three.
fuck,
Wait,
I
ready?
That was not coordinated.
Excellent. We're going to Tim Hortons
I thought we
instead.
were all slamming the door.
At the same time. We're going to Tim Hortons instead because the
I need
McDonald's
French
was
vanilla.
packed.
Yeah, French
I want a donut. Oh, you promised me I'm going home. I was promised nuggets. We'll get you some nuggets from Tim's.
There you go. They got nuggets. They're not your favorite, I know, but I know you're like my favorite.
According to people who work at Tim's,
What the fuck are those? Oh, lanière.
Oh boy, but they're
Get breakfast.
$5.69. Hey,
$5.60. That's better than.
You get 3 pieces.
you get fucking 3 pieces.
Yum yum. They don't even have any of the good donuts out.
Can I get breakfast at 11 o'clock?
You can
I
ask.
can. Man, just not.
I
like,
could.
Grammatically, too, should I? Is the real question.
When is? Do you think there's a time limit on breakfast? I don't think so.
No,
personally.
fuck no.
Like you can eat eggs all day.
You're breaking fast. That's all it is. Like I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. Okay, I'm breaking that. I need to eat now.
Is that what that?
That's what breakfast. That's what breakfast means.
Well,
yes.
that makes sense.
It's like lunch. Okay, well I'm eating.
Yeah, okay.
Dinner. I'm eating.
Overnight, that's a fast.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat when I was asleep. So
I didn't eat for the last 5 minutes.
Fast.
Breakfast.
Shit, we're doing.
Technically,
That's another
any break in-
topic.
Any break in food is breakfast.
Are you still recording, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Because I was like, this is.
That's what I'll tell you both. You have to be very descriptive because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. I'm gonna.
If you're like, remember?
I'm gonna put in a lot of energy right now to this one take, and then I'm gonna do it again after hearing the take, and I'm gonna be quiet.
This
I'm
could
gonna
be
hate how
great.
I sound.
I'm
gonna hate what I
Oh
say.
boy, my knee hurts.
Yeah, Mike.
You're old.
Shut up.
Mike put in a lot of effort tonight, but he put in the most effort trying to pick up the puck, and that's where his knee.
Okay, well here's the thing. The puck went down the ice.
It did.
I was just turning the corner, and I kind of let up. You know, I kind of drifted around the corner, and my knee was like, nah. You gotta bend those knees. And so it just kind of slipped out of place, just a bit, and I was kicking around.
Just a
Back
little
in.
bit. Why do we have knee problems? Why do I have knee problems? I'm 18. I should not have knee problems.
I got knee problems when I was 18.
It's only my right knee.
From playing ball hockey. I just hyperextended it and just never heals. Knees don't heal. That's the fucking bottom line.
I was told I had to get an MRI and then I never did. I just pop it into place whenever it comes
There's
out.
not much they can do unless it's torn. You just have to strengthen it.
Oops.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And then if it's torn, the surgery just reduces the amount that you can move it by like 10%, which isn't good. It's not great.
Should this not be a science podcast? I just asked that. I don't want a science podcast.
Who said it was fine? We just
Human
talked about
anatomy.
eggs.
This is we did talk about breaking fast.
I had so much more to say about eggs.
Oh, Mike, you had time to prepare.
Do you remember what Terry said about like?
Jad work.
No, not Jad working, but when someone gets to the front of a line, and only then they look at the menu.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's when they should just go get to the back. Tell me when
Start
you
again.
know.
Well, I knew what I wanted.
Back around.
I knew what I wanted. I was asking.
Well, it wouldn't have been. We're
Sorry,
the only
there's
three
there
here.
are no nuggets for you, so because they're all out.
That's
so
okay.
We'll get you
I'll
nuggets
figure
next time.
something out. I shouldn't even be eating. Intermittent fasting is another topic. Well, later. Doesn't apply to you. You're skinny. You're
No.
tall, skinny, lanky boy.
Every time I talk to anybody about intermittent
I want
fasting,
to talk about something.
they just
Can
yell
I
at
address
us.
this? I'm sorry, okay? I'm genuinely sorry.
For being tall?
And skinny, because apparently that's just so offensive.
You?
I don't mean to be.
Asshole.
Do you need me to do something? Do I need to be completely deformed? Do you
No,
want
you
that?
just need to keep craning your neck down
I will
towards us.
gladly. I will gladly if that makes you feel better, Gio.
Yeah,
I will
how's the
do
weather?
that.
How's the weather up tall?
You know what? You want to know something? A tall person will never start a fight when it comes to being tall. Other people do it.
Yeah.
But
Short
we-
people are
We
angry.
just get caught
Napoleon.
retaliating.
Gio's a bully.
I'm not a yeah.
Oh, you're the definition.
By the way, this is Gio, Mike, and Connor. In case
case you forget.
you forgot. And forget? Forgot.
Forget.
Forget.
Well, in case we haven't told him anything yet.
Right. He's ordering his. Yes, I'm not. I'm mean.
Yeah,
Ish. A little bit.
Ish.
But just for fun.
Yeah, no,
It's
not-
cathartic.
it only hurts a bit sometimes.
only when I sit alone at night and I think about it do I cry.
Do you cry because you're real?
Sounds real mean. No, I was talking from your perspective.
Oh.
Are you coming on this
Yeah.
side?
No, when you see me disappear sometimes, you're like, oh, where's Mike going?
He's going to cry.
I turn around.
Because
got a
I
big smile on
said
my
tubby
face.
once.
Oh, once.
Once.
Sure. You know what that hat, that Bell Let's Talk hat looks like Maple Leafs hat. They got a
It
little
does
upset
look like a
for
Maple
it.
Leafs hat.
I was upset.
You look like
for a
if
second.
Where's Waldo?
It was blue and white.
in the crypt.
You can't see. Can't see any of that.
We're in
Say
St.
that?
Charles. What is where?
We're in St. Charles, the street itself.
We're in the middle.
Gang
It's a
members
place.
pass by.
The
We,
fuck
we
did
have
you-
gangs in Montreal, don't we?
Yeah, we
There's
do.
like Hell's. Is it Hell's Angels?
Yeah, Hells Angels. We have the mob.
The mob.
And
We still have,
no
yeah.
other examples.
And
That's
no
it.
further. And we have
There are
Hamilton.
definitely
The
other
only
things.
two we hear about: Hell's
other
Angels
things.
and the mob.
I don't
There
know
are
what.
Bloods and Crips like around, of course.
Tasty. Okay.
What's tasty?
Coffee. Large double double. The only way to go. What'd you get? Connor? You got an extra large.
French vanilla.
Fucking
See,
that.
even in your coffee choice, you have to be taller than us. What the
Yeah.
fuck's wrong with
You know
us?
why? You wanna know why?
Why?
It's fuck you, Gio. That's why. It's fuck you. You want me to form the cup too? Do I have to bend it?
Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons hash browns. Not great.
No.
Let me see. Let me see.
Kinda
Just
dry.
Let me
kinda-
see how they taste.
If you take
One
fucking
piece up in the oven.
inhale the half of my goddamn hash brown.
Oh yeah, fuck you. That's
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna go for a joke and didn't have it.
Go for
Being
what?
short.
Don't look.
How
Don't
was
make
it?
eye contact with me.
What's that like, Gio?
Being
You're not short.
I'm okay. Here's
not
the
short,
thing, though.
buddy.
As a theater boy, I am the shortest in our class of all the males.
Yes, but
You have.
I'm second shortest, and I'm
Yes, but
5'11".
you're
He's
you're
average height.
5'11". I'm 5'6". That's a whole math. 5 inches below you.
Yeah, but that's
I
me compared to
feel-
everybody else. To this fucking guy.
Listen.
He's not that much taller than you, is he?
He's five.
He's
I'm
like a
5
head.
inches.
He's one of your heads. Just he's an
You're
extra
the
head on
same
you.
like distance between you two as Mike is with me. 5 inches.
Yeah. Doesn't fit. But
And then the dick size go opposites. You're 5 inches. I'm 10. He's 15.
Why do we have to mention dick sizes?
Just
Are you that?
gigantic.
Yeah.
I'm not even. I'm not even.
This is
That's why I was-
That's why Gio has such baggy pants.
I have a
It-
good story.
it's to hide-
I have a great
hide
story.
all the
Okay.
dick.
No,
Okay.
God, dear Christ, can we not
No.
have a podcast about dicks?
No, it
that
won't be
was
about
We're
dick.
done with the dicks.
I am
God.
not done with dicks.
You
today,
know he's not done with.
Today, I had to go to a urologist because
Time out.
Yes,
Time
you
out.
were
How old
telling
is
me
this?
how horrible this was.
It was absolutely horrible.
So what did they do?
Okay, here's the thing. I walk into the clinic.
Probably have to cut all of this out.
No,
It's-
why?
it's at the
I don't
point.
mind.
It's
I'm
already
at-
there.
Anyways, I had to go to the clinic. I had to find the room, and I step in. First,
Step in
I've
what?
never gone. I had to
Step in
step into the clinic. I've never gone
To
to a
urologist,
clinic.
you never know what you're stepping into.
I've never gone
Oh
to.
fuck!
Stop.
Sorry, continue.
What do you think they have on the floor? Just foreskins laying there? It's oops. We left these here.
Foreskin, just everything.
I was only thinking like 5 or 6 seconds, but foreskin is fine.
It's like a bad episode of South Park.
Yeah, like one guy who has to one up
But-
everything. I got 4. Well, I got 5 skin. All right, continue.
Anyway,
That was
I had
empty.
to walk into the clinic by myself for the first
Whoa.
time. I had never done this before, so I didn't have my Medicare, and I
Shoot,
didn't
what'd
have
you
the.
have to do?
I had to go into the clinic myself, just alone. I'd never done this before. And I didn't have my Medicare, and I didn't have my referral note from the doctor.
Oh, that's
so that
the
pissed
two
them off.
things that you need.
Yes, the exact two
Yeah.
things that you need. So I
You
got
wait,
in.
Fucking, I have.
Did you just whip out your penis?
I
bet
just-
that's what you should have
please,
done.
just take a look
Help
at
me.
this min.
Poor
And we are
reception-
I am
this
the
poor
receptionist. Yeah,
Hey
exactly.
doc, I need you to look at this.
She's like has the headset on. I'll call you back. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Anyways, so I go in, and the first thing I notice is that there are 8 men just sitting there, all above the age of 70.
Yeah.
And
Terry's
I'm
waving
walking
at
in 18 years old into this
So you gotta start
situation.
somewhere.
And I bet they're thinking, what is wrong with you?
Yes. Anyways, the receptionist looks at me after I tell her, she asks for Medicare and referral, and I just go, no. And she goes, well, and she turns to the other receptionist and just goes, what do I do with this person? The fuck do I do with this schmutz?
They're schmutz.
You're just throwing two words together now.
Schmo and putz. That's a good one.
I thought you were going like
Schmuck.
schmuck by myself, but you know.
Schmutz, putz, schmucks, schmitz.
So I had to get the name of the
Schwartz.
doctor.
Yeah, it's Schwartz.
I had to get the name of the doctor that referred me,
Okay.
and I gave them a picture of my Medicare.
Big man.
That's fine. That
You just wanted to touch your penis.
No.
Oh.
Oh God, we're getting to that. I finally get called into the urologist office. I sit
Your
down.
face.
I sit down for like 5 seconds before.
And
the
that's
guy,
why you went there, because you could only sit down for 5 seconds, so they had to check out your whatnot.
I was not expecting it to go this way. I sit down.
That's
for 5
also
seconds.
why you had to go see.
I was sitting down. Shut up. I look at him and I'm like, "Hi," and he goes, "Hey, so what's up? What's the problem?"
That's the problem. It doesn't go up. Okay, I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't.
I'll stop.
And I just go, there's a problem with my thing. And he goes, yeah?
Yeah, there is.
What's the problem? And I go, I think it may be, I don't want to get detailed, but I think it may be this. And he goes, okay, come into the back.
No. that's
Immediately.
I mean,
There's
whip it
no,
out.
I haven't been introduced, I don't know who this man is.
He hasn't even given you his
I
name.
don't even have his name.
And then the
And he's
doctor
just
actually
like-
comes in. He's like, "Get out of here!"
Sorry about him.
Scoobity boobity, bow bow. Runs out the door.
And the doctor's not even. The doctor's just like, sorry about that.
He's here all the time. He always tries this.
So he walks me into the back
my
where they
cousin.
have the fucking chair with the tissue paper
Yeah.
laid out.
That's
He's like,
it.
all right, drop your pants.
Did he make you lie on the thing?
Oh,
No, just lie at
he
this.
just kneeled in front of me. And I had
That's
to,
even worse.
yeah,
You feel powerful at least, right?
No.
No, you don't.
not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, have you ever been held by the penis by a man
man.
that you do not know?
No, I can't.
No.
honestly
This is your
know.
story.
I had to just drop my pants, and then he just starts grabbing it, and he's like, okay, this isn't gonna hurt. And he just pulls back, and he's like examining, and he's squeezing on the head and things, and I am starting to shake.
You started getting hard. You
I did
can't-
not.
You can't help.
I could not get. That was the most uncomfortable way I've ever been touched
Been
there.
touched before.
And
Grown ass man. He had a mustache, didn't he?
yeah, and he just kept doing the
A
thing
white
where he's like,
mustache.
oh no, oh I see.
Oh, Mike.
Well, maybe it's because you don't. Oh no, I see. It's and then
What is he gonna give you a happy ending? Like, what
No.
is this?
I don't like where this is going.
The point is, he's
Why
got
you like
me
where
by
it
the dick,
started?
and he's asking me questions, to which I do not really want to reply because he has my dick in his hand. And
Yeah, I know. Save
No.
the questions for later.
let's talk after, you know.
Or ask questions.
We'll do a
before.
wrap up. It'll be great.
So
got-
he
yeah, exactly.
finishes
You got
after
what you
I've
get.
been squirming, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not hurting you." And I go, "That's not.
That's
yeah,
not for you. That's not your.
for
That's
you
not
to
for you to
decide."
decide. What? You
Not
can't
that it
you
hurts.
know.
It's just like, my ego.
He lets go, and then he
Final.
starts asking me questions, and
Final.
I don't. I just stand there,
No
and
pants on,
I
though.
start to answer
You
him.
still
And
have
he's
no
like, "You
pants
can
on,
pull
right?
your pants." up."
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah, your dick is just out.
Essentially, he just said, "There's nothing wrong. It's either you can."
There you
you
go.
can-
Now the
Yeah!
doctor will see you now.
There's nothing.
The doctor will see you now.
Everybody high five. Nothing's wrong with Gio's dick. All right.
With the gloves on.
I was
Wait,
happy,
did he at least
but he
wear
also
gloves?
said there was yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh God. Ugh.
Man,
That's
I
what
never,
you know.
I
That's
never
fun.
knew I know this much about you.
There you go. It's funny. And
I didn't want to know this much about
I didn't
him.
know-
thing
didn't know him a year
there
and a
is-
half ago.
There is a problem.
I didn't know him a month ago.
There is a problem with it, but he's like, you don't have to do anything about it. Just keep it like that.
Gio's got a problem, dick.
Just because you're in the pool.
No,
I mean,
he was it's either you leave it as it is and it'll be fine, like it works, or we circumcise you.
wait, hold on.
That's it.
Was the whole thing because you had foreskin?
No, I
Shit.
know what it.
I would-
Okay.
Oh, okay,
here's-
I think I know what you
I might
got.
cut this out. Here's
I-
the.
That's
I
what
know
he
what
said.
you
That's what he said.
It's
That's what he
mimosa.
said. The following information cannot be disclosed.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the story.
That's the tea, as they say.
That's
While we
the
drink
way-
coffee and a French vanilla.
Listen.
Let's get a different topic on hand.
All right. So we promised not to talk about dicks. I mean, here we are. We talked a lot about.
I had a good story. I
That was
think
a
it's
good
funny.
story. That's a pretty good story.
It's not as good as Mackenzie's
No.
Rudolph
Oh
the
my
Red-Nosed
God.
Penis
Dear
story.
Christ.
Have you heard the story?
I don't want to know the story.
It's
Can
the
we
worst
get him on
story.
the
No.
podcast to tell it one day?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
Well, Mackenzie's
I
going
will-
to talk
I'll make a
about this
note.
at one point.
One day.
I hope.
the
I
Red-Nosed
hope he
Penis.
talks about it.
I don't-
If not, then
I don't want this. I don't want that
then
to
it's a story
that will
It
live in our
shouldn't be
memories.
heard. It shouldn't be heard. I never wanted
It's
to.
gonna be
That was
It
great.
was a horrible
I've
song.
never felt closer to that man.
Yeah. He was talking. He pulled it back, and just it squirted just bad, and it was just pain.
bad.
And he passed out
I like how on your sheet of paper, there's a bunch of ideas, and then it's just like Mac Bell in
right at the
full
top.
I don't know why I put Mac
He-
Bell.
does he live close?
He does.
Oh
live
no, he
kinda
does.
close.
He lives.
He's in Point Claire.
Yeah, down here.
I mean, he
20.
lives in your.
He lives in. We don't live in Montreal.
Cut that out.
Who's gonna
Far
listen
away. Nobody's gonna listen.
right now? Well, I'm
No,
gonna put
but
it out. This is a test.
We're optimistic right now. We're not optimistic.
This is a
Why are we
test run.
optimistic?
We're not.
Fun.
We're absolutely.
You look.
I've been wanting to do a podcast for a very long time.
And here we are. We're doing a podcast to play.
Oh, there's a
Big bag. What the fuck?
No, it was play ideas for after. This is. I had to write this on my 2019 list podcast.
Yeah. See, I hurt my other knee trying to lift up
Thank you for saying it.
2 people on my back.
When?
Why?
During
New
hockey?
Year's. No, New Year's. Remember I had Emily on my back, and then Keenan tried to jump on my back. And
Yes.
just slam my knees into the ground.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun. I was drunk, so I was trying to be strong.
I feel like
It didn't work.
there's a good topic. Drunk
Drunk things?
Drunk things. Drunk things.
I have stories too.
I can say from New Year's, one, whiskey is my poison. Whiskey fucks me up worse than anything else. I don't know if it means if it's just because of the alcohol level or if it's
know
specifically
you
the
drink.
brew. I partake.
Is there okay, so people say like, oh, you drink this and you'll feel this. Do you
Yeah.
think that's actually a thing?
I don't know.
To my knowledge, up to now, no.
Because
I
I've had
don't-
tequila and I've danced, but I danced anyways. I'm a
Danced
fucking
anyways.
dancer.
You're a dancing boy.
I'm a dancing boy.
Dance with me now. You just dance with an accent. That's all it is.
Emily Pinson has a video of me from New Year's where I was just talking about a Toyota that I saw on the TV, and I start. Whiskey makes me talk and ramble. I'm trying to think. Sweet alcohol.
Oh, I missed
get
out
to the
on
same
your
thing.
whiskey is sweet.
That one was the spice.
That was
spiced whiskey.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was better
shit.
than the one I had at New Year's.
Yeah, Mackenzie knows how to pick his whiskey.
Oh, he had the
Oh,
cognac.
Mackenzie Bell. Yeah.
No,
Was it
it
cognac?
was whiskey.
That was
But I guess aged. It was
aged
whiskey.
anything is good.
It was spiced.
There is only
Holy
one
shit!
time.
Yeah,
There's
your
only one occasion.
rum was really good, or whiskey in the flask was really tasty.
There's only one occasion where I knew an alcohol was treating me different from any other alcohol. That alcohol is Four Loko, ladies and gentlemen. Four Loko, there's a reason it's banned. There's a reason it should be banned. It's
Yeah, wasn't it? I never that was the part when
Never
I
had
didn't
it.
drink. I wasn't drinking in high
Yeah.
school.
I had stupid friends who were like, let's drink Four Loko tonight.
Wasn't that something that kids could buy?
Yes. Yes,
No.
they could just buy.
Yeah.
No, you had to
No?
be 18.
Oh yeah, no, it's alcoholic. It's
Yeah,
like
you had to
highly
be.
alcoholic,
How
but very
much?
sweet.
But so many kids are like, I just drink it for the buzz. And I'm just like, why?
We don't get buzzed off that.
You don't get you
fucking
fuck,
ruined.
you get.
percentage
I woke up.
I don't know.
on-
It was malt. It was malt liquor.
I spent a
What?
St. Patrick's Day naked
Oh, go look it up.
in the fetal position, throwing up on myself in in a shower.
That sounds like a regular St. Patty's Day, bud.
That was happy St. Patrick's Day to me. It was me yelling at my other naked friend because I was taking a shower.
Why were you guys naked? Okay.
Why were you two naked?
I answered the question before you posed the question. I was naked in the shower. And he was like, he's yelling at me, dude, where's my pants? And I was like, you're wearing your pants. And he was
In the
like,
shower?
Yes.
You didn't take them off?
No, I was naked.
You were the only one
in
who
the
was
shower.
naked.
He was shirtless outside the shower yelling at me, and I was calmly just saying to him because I was in the shower, I was relaxed.
Oh, there you go.
I was just saying,
6%, 10%, 12%, 14%.
yeah, Four Loko.
So they have different percentages.
Well, I feel like the
Four
thing that-
Loko tastes like poison with fruit punch. And like,
I feel like the thing that's replaced that is the Smirnoff Ices.
yes,
Yeah, but those have been around forever.
That I can drink.
But
That I
they're
can
always like those are always like 5-6%.
I don't know where my tolerance lies anymore. I thought that I was good. At first,
Depends
I
on
think
what
I
you eat.
was.
Yeah.
Whiskey fucks me up
If you
bad.
drink, I remember because I'll drink. I used to do a lot of golfing, and when I would golf, we would go to the like Ye Old Orchard right after, and I would drink cider because I love cider. And all the time, like I would usually get either fries or cider, or I would just get the cider. And I got the fries, and I would add more
We
salt.
might have to
stuff.
cut all this out because they're just laughing at me.
Oh, it's okay.
You think it'll?
We'll add
We'll see.
subtitles. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Gio, you got the subtitles. You'll be
I've
there
got, I'll
typing
do
up.
subtitles. Louder, just in case.
I don't want to. I'm gonna say
You
something.
waited
I don't want to say something stupid, but
That's
I know it's
fine.
mostly stupid.
Anything you don't want to be kept in, I will not keep in.
good, just cut me out completely.
We'll be talking to a ghost.
Yeah, I mean I'm pale enough, so I mean, and I have the posture of not a human being, according to everybody.
I want to time myself once. I'm gonna take like. What fucking New Year's
Where are
was
you
7
go- okay, where are
shots
you
of
going?
whiskey.
Okay, how long it takes for you to get
Yeah,
drunk? That's what
like
you want to time.
I want to know how long and how much.
Depends-
New Year's
yeah.
I could have thrown up, but I didn't because I stopped
Oh my
and I
God,
drank water.
Here's a great story. It's not
Did
even
I,
that great.
did I sleep over New Year's? What did I do?
I think you stayed at Emily's, didn't you? I know I stayed at Ashley's.
Where the fuck did I go? 'Cause at some point I stopped drinking.
That is a point to stop drinking. When you don't know where to go, that's when you say, I might be an alcoholic. That's what.
No, I ran out of things to drink.
That's also.
Because you finished all the whiskey. There was none left. I finished
yeah.
my wine. I was like,
It was
oh
for
well,
me.
I got nothing to do.
And for other people.
I told you to bring it so
me.
we can drink it. And I turned around, it's all gone. And Dylan drove away with the tequila. He still has my tequila. That's gone. For
The
sure.
thing is about you're able to move pretty well when you're from what I've seen, you still have motor function. I lose
Yeah.
it all. And the problem is if I don't
my
move
God, I
when I
remember
start
that.
drinking, I don't realize that I'm so drunk. And then I get up and I'm like, okay, let's test the
crazy.
and I turn into a guy on a
turns
boat
to
for the
Mike,
first
I need
time.
help. Where are you? Oh, I'm on the floor. help me stand. Get me out of the front door.
Get me to the Oh yeah. I was staying outside talking to someone.
That was fun.
That was a good night. I don't do it often. And I think that's why
Why are you looking at me? I don't give a
No, because you
I'm
asked.
judging you.
I don't do it often.
Do
When
it
I do,
often, but when I do, I go hot.
I get the fucking smash.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stopped drinking. Yeah, that's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm that fucking person.
That's okay. Gab is
Whoa,
too.
fuck.
No,
You're that person. I'm that person with everything else. I stopped eating meat. I
you
stopped eating
No, you
gluten.
didn't. No, you stopped eating gluten but it's just like when there's more than one aspect of what you don't eat, you don't eat it. You like oh look, like pasta. Oh, okay, it's nothing. Pasta with cheese. No, fuck that.
I don't eat meat. What do you mean?
Let me explain.
I'm confused by this.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know. I don't
I've seen you
understand.
eat cheesecake.
Yes.
Okay. I
Where
offered
are
you
you
a
going
bite
with
of my sandwich that had cheese on it.
No, but it was the bread on the fucking sandwich that I rejected.
That's a fun topic. I go over the things that you can't eat because it's ridiculous.
All right, well, we'll start with dairy.
And he does it anyway.
Dairy, I'm having a coffee right now with 2 creams, so that's like the least of my worries. But I will never eat bread because that fucks with me more than anything.
And what does it fuck with specifically? I want to.
I get stomach ache, I get highs, and if at some points of the year, if I'm not totally protected, the reaction causes my kidneys to just fuck up. I have a blood disease. It's an autoimmune disorder.
What
and-
specifically? Do you know what is the name? Because I
It's
also wonder.
It's called minimal change nephrotic syndrome. Lot of drugs growing up to keep my kidneys in balance.
To keep them imbalanced.
In balance. Keep them
Just-
keep them
Keep them
them
active,
guessing.
keep them fit.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them on their toes.
Keep them on their toes. A lot of drugs didn't work, so I spent a lot of time just in a bad place, health-wise. Yeah,
Did you have to spend time in the hospital for
a
it?
lot of time. A lot of time in the hospital.
Because of the medication, because of your kidneys.
Because of my kidneys. Yeah, it's hard. It was hard to keep it under control growing up. The only thing that worked was prednisone, and if you don't know what prednisone is,
Prednisone is evil.
check it up. It's
Evil.
fucking horrible. It's
a
like
terrible thing.
it's like mental health, fucking a mental health bomb, while swelling you up, specifically in the face,
Very much, yeah.
causing pressure behind your eyes, which
Like my
happened to
my
me.
brother has cataracts because of the prednisone.
Yeah.
Like,
Good thing is you you take prednisone, you might be able to get a little medical marijuana prescription. Doesn't matter anymore.
The only thing is your face is so swelled you can't put the medical marijuana in your mouth. So
Oh, I remember I couldn't sleep on my back because of the pressure in my throat. Oh, I have terrible skin stretch marks because of the amount of swelling that I would go through in a very short amount of time. Like I would feel my skin tearing while I was sleeping. Fun times. I got it under control thanks to a new treatment called rituximab. It's used for a bunch of different things, but it helps what I have. It kills the B cells. And the B cell is the cell in my body which causes the message to be sent to my kidneys to react in the way it does. So yeah, it's been about 3 years now that I haven't had a relapse, and I hope to keep that going.
We are a science podcast.
Yeah, this is
Damn
science
it.
now. But
Okay.
the problem is it's damaging to my body because it kills an entire cell. And my doctor always wants to try to stop me from doing it. And at this point, I'm not sure if I'm actually protected or if I'm just my kidneys have healed enough to not destroy me. So I have to keep an eye on them. Yeah.
In short, no gluten.
In short, no gluten.
here we go with the short jokes again.
Hey, it's no fuck up.
Yeah.
I want to
Eggs, meat. That's just because I have digestive problems, so it takes me a long time to digest things like meat. So I figure, fucking stop doing that, and I can
Just
walk around.
vegetables.
Yeah, vegetables, chickpeas, tofu.
Until we go to the sushi place.
I had
in
2
South
pieces
Bay.
of
Yeah, I know.
smoked
I'm
salmon.
just kidding.
2
It was good
pieces of
though.
smoked salmon.
Yeah, I hate like the rolls of sushi that are just like vegetables.
I don't
need
mind it.
some
No,
fish
it was good.
Not that bad.
I'm
I
literally
think they needed
it's
more
in
sauce
rice.
in them.
Yeah. You always need more
Yeah,
sauce.
well, I can't have soy sauce either.
Really?
Either, because that's also for some reason it's soy has wheat in it. Don't know why.
Oh yeah, wheat is another one. It's gluten, wheat.
Well, gluten is found in wheat. It's a protein in wheat. And okay, so the reason I can't have dairy is because there's a protein in dairy that mimics gluten. It's called casein.
I hate
Casein.
phonies myself.
So, yeah. Anyways, let's move on.
Let's
'Cause I feel like that's run its course.
I will be gone to the bathroom, and I will be right back.
Okay. Are you
I'd
pausing
like
it?
to. No.
No, you're gonna keep going?
You can go ahead.
All right.
I need to-
Mike's diet. Yeah. We have sushi.
Let's see what he is writing now. We have his book. We should just have our separate podcast just called "What's in Gio's Book,"
What's in his book? What's in his book?
and then it's immediately just the title. You don't want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
2019
Piano lessons.
Piano lessons. Read,
So Gio's
reading-
taking piano. Okay, a lot of us in our class, we are in an ensemble. We are in John Abbott Theater professional theater program.
Mike.
What?
It's
What? Suck it, fucking.
The
fuck
people
off.
who are gonna listen to this know this.
They fucking know. So what? Who gives a shit? We're all taking piano lessons.
No, I'm not.
That's the bottom line. Connor isn't because he's untalented.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's not a secret. That's also something everybody knows. That's
Yeah.
what I tell myself on a daily basis.
I went to check where the music was coming from. It's actually from the guy in the restaurant, so I can't.
Obviously, you can't yell at him.
Not gonna. Do, well,
Well, we
even
can't.
then, I would have just
ordered
been like,
dinner.
"Hey, can you quiet
I
down?"
should have
but
ordered a whole breakfast fucking thing.
But you still
go
can.
eat.
It's still
No,
there.
I can't.
Oh, you went through my piano lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm starting. I'm learning chords.
Oh yeah, chords.
I'm learning songs.
you're learning the piano yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sort of
Yes.
making shit up as I go along. That's
Yeah.
what I do. I get to a piano. I'm like, okay, I like how this sounds.
Okay.
I'm doing that with guitar.
I did that a bit to start, and I'm like, chords are not as hard as you would think.
Yeah, I just notice. Okay, I just need these 3 fingers to go in these 3 keys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And then if you know the beat of the song, you could work your way through that, so it doesn't sound like you're just fucking slamming away for no reason.
Yeah. Right. For guitar, I'm doing the same thing as that. I'm just trying to learn songs and do it by myself. For piano, I'm taking the proper lessons to just like figure out finger movements and shit like that. I'm lucky because in high school I took 2 years of music plus jazz band, so I know 5 years.
5 years.
So you know music notation.
Oh,
It's just,
I would drum
how to read them.
in high school.
You're a percussionist.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
No,
that.
the actual the full drum set.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're a percussionist.
You are a percussionist.
Yeah, well, sometimes for percussionists you're just like banging one thing.
I know. That's the cymbals. That's
just the cymbals. The
My
guy that
last
gets
year-
put on
yeah,
triangle.
My last year, I would sneak to the back with the percussionist, and who was the most talented musician out of everybody. They put him on drums for some fucking reason, and I would use the crash cymbals, and that's not a good idea when I am using crash cymbals, because out of nowhere, like everybody would play, and I would see that I would have to make them. I'd make the biggest fucking noise, and we would record it sometimes, and you wouldn't hear anything else for like a solid 5 seconds. That's how loud it was.
Just have your fucking crash cymbals going on.
Yeah.
I love that in orchestras. Just use anything, just slam it. There's like a song where a guy just comes out with a big fucking wooden mallet and just smashes it on another piece of wood.
Yeah, for certain effects. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he
And
comes out there all
cool.
jazzed up. He's like, yeah. He smashes it. His hair goes crazy. He's like, yeah.
Something that I absolutely
Like
love.
fucking Thor is great.
Yeah. I love the sound of a wood flute because like
Wood flute.
it's used. I always associate it to like Japanese music. When you see like the cherry orchard scene, and then you hear that like
Gio loves wood flutes.
anything
Those-
from
those
the
mouth-
legend. I
yeah,
wanted to get one just to learn how to play it because it sounds so pretty.
Yeah.
That and yeah,
Ooh, like
anything.
the little
the little
sit down guitar that they play also. Ding dong.
oh the mandolin. I think is that what it's called?
Yeah, probably like that.
Little guitar boy thing.
Sorry, I closed.
No,
The
it's
cherry
okay.
tree is beautiful. Holy shit. Sorry.
Cherry
that-
tree?
This comes out of nowhere, but
Cherry orchards.
cherry orchards.
The cherry orchard.
Beautiful
by,
pink flowers.
by what's his name? Chekhov.
Anton
Here's
Chekhov.
Chekhov.
Theater.
We know stuff.
things. We know plays.
Fuck, we've been paying attention.
Thanks, Alicia.
I walked into that class the first day going, what did we read? And she like handed me the sheet of paper and just smiled at me. It was really, she was nice. She was like, I missed you. I was like, thank you, I missed being here.
Aww. Yeah, cherry orchards.
Ugh.
Mike, you're a music guy.
Yep.
What kind of music are you listening to right now?
Alternative rap.
Oh,
You
boy.
listen to everything.
I listen to
does.
everything.
You are the pinnacle of I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Minus. Okay, I'm genuinely curious. This is like the one type of music I don't hear you listen to. Metal or rap.
I don't listen to metal.
Okay.
I appreciate
everyone
a certain type of like there's
Christian death metal.
it's not metal. It's heavy rock. I would say. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the band. I would listen to a bit of Pantera growing up. Metallica. They're not metal. Oh, Youngbloods? Youngblood?
Blood.
Royal Blood. They're a pretty good metal band. I don't even know if they're metal. I can't even say they're metal.
That's one of the types of music I never enjoyed.
Yeah.
I
no.
just it didn't do
It's-
anything.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
I get the appeal of like the head banging and
Yeah.
having someone scream into your ears for a good 3 minutes, but not for me.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get into rap because I didn't realize that there was good rap. out
Oh yeah,
there,
that's why.
compared to like
because people talk like, okay, as somebody who grew up on rap music, I grew up on old school rap, but like I don't mean like old school rap as in like early 90s rap. I mean like the people who made early 90s rap and then the next generation. Like Eminem is not first generation.
You're talking like digital underground.
Boom. That's what I mean. Yes. Like
Vanilla Ice.
God no.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill. No, not, I wouldn't. But I got into it later. Like
Yeah, I recently got into Sugar Hill.
They have that. I'm gonna be honest. They have that one song.
They have two.
I know, but they have that one
Rapper's
song.
Delight.
Yeah.
And Apache.
Yeah, but
Rapper's Delight is
Rapper-
fucking-
it's
it's a
it's
good
known
song.
as one of the first songs. It's not the first song, but it's like it's the most popular of the.
They have some good ones back then, like Funky Cold Medina.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I don't know where I learned these songs from, but
That's the thing. You're able to just conjure up a list of music
Yeah.
out of nowhere. I'm not able to do that. I can't be like when people ask what's your favorite kind of music, or just what do you listen to right now. I was like,
I sound like a douchebag when I answer that question. Ask me the question.
What is your favorite type of music?
Anything with a story.
Oh, fuck! Cut that out.
Please, save me on that.
Jesus.
I get obsessed with songs for a while. Right now it's Hobo Johnson. I'm obsessed with everything.
I mean, he's got some soul in his music, poems.
It's more
Songs?
It's
poem than
poems.
music.
It's spoken word. I
It's
think.
spoken word poems with a nice little
Flow.
rhythm,
He's got a little.
little thing in the back. Yeah, no, it's good. I like that. I like there's like jazz rap.
Jazz rap.
Yeah.
Like No
Like
Name
what?
you're talking about?
Like No Name.
Yeah.
No Name. Anderson .Paak has this like.
Anderson .Paak is the pinnacle.
It's like the introduction
For-
of like piano, saxophone, all that with like a cool funky beat in the background. So it's like it feels kind of like 70s soul music with rap on it.
To be fair, Kendrick Lamar did it before him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they collabed.
Oh yeah, they're both brilliant in their own minds.
Yeah.
There's them.
Chance the Rapper is
Chance
also
the Rapper is a good
awesome.
example.
Tyler,
I
the
think
Creator.
Earth Gang is another good example.
Yeah, Earth
That's
Gang,
very
yeah.
underrated, underappreciated. I think Earth Gang is good. Also group.
Goldlink. But man, No Name is really good. Hers is like a lot more jazzy. She's got a really cool voice.
That's if I ever did rap music or something along those lines, that is what I would follow, is the jazz rap sort of sound. Not too alternative. I still want to go to have like the old school like bass and like have that old school still like flow and vibe. I think the best example of poetic rap to me is J. Cole though. And he's the guy I still say to people, you want to listen to like a storyteller, listen to J. Cole. Like he is to me He is. Here's what I love about him. I am not from the projects, but he puts it in a way that makes me understand it. Like he is that good at telling a story. It's not just like, yeah, we were calling on these cold streets or whatever. Like it's here's what my mom went through. Here's what I went through. Here's what I saw every day. And
Well, Tupac
did that too.
I
But-
love listening to his stuff.
Yeah, Tupac is.
And he got
Tupac,
he got such a bad rep at that point because the powers that be saw that he was.
But that's not
trying
all
to
J.
fight
Cole
for-
is. It's that's the difference between J. Cole and Tupac is, well, like Tupac is still like it's Tupac. Like you can't.
And
But J. Cole has.
he did so much in such a short amount of time. It's crazy.
You can't.
He was
pin
on
those
fire.
two together. You can't. But like with J. Cole, it's. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this. He's educated. He went to college and he learned stuff. I think that's why Donald Glover is so brilliant. Or A.K.A. Childish
Holy
Gambino.
shit. I can't believe I forgot about Childish Gambino.
I think that's why
Donald
Eminem
Glover.
himself didn't graduate high school, but he studied.
Yeah.
Like when he says I studied the dictionary. No, yeah.
You could tell the difference between education, like educated
can.
music, and it's
Eminem,
in all genders. It's
Eminem was just
everything.
raised by brilliant freestylers.
Yeah.
That's why. J. Cole like studied poetry. Like he studied like there's a reason why Kanye West gets so much love, and it's because old school Kanye was amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's you come on the scene with songs like Gold Digger is a great one. Power is another one. Like Stronger. Like you hear these songs, like he had that run where it was like Gold Digger, it was like Jesus Walks, it was like this, it was like Graduation. Like he made Graduation. Like that's the album that made Childish Gambino go, yeah, I want to do this.
Yeah. But man, holy shit! If you like, I do this sometimes. I just follow the progress of Gambino from fuck was his first album. Anyways, from Freaks and Geeks to what he's putting out now to like
this soulful, beautiful.
this is America. It feels like summer.
Yeah.
Holy shit! The difference between just that and then. It's crazy.
Yeah. And him coming out of the show. What was it?
Community.
Community.
Yeah.
Being on there for however long. I think he was up until the last season. He stayed
No,
no.
he didn't.
He
No?
I think he was
He left
two or
he
three
left.
seasons.
before it ended.
Yeah.
He
started to
he
fall
was
apart,
well. He
I
was
remember.
there's videos of him freestyling at NYU. Like that's where he studied.
Yeah.
And that, in comparison to, I'm not the music person. That was you guys talking for a bit because.
Yeah. What's it feel like,
I'm not-
Gio? Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know music that well. I can't. Blah. But I know what I don't like, and when I hear any sort of fucking mumble rap,
Yeah, mumble rap.
like you, and it's not. There's some where it's like okay, but a lot anything. I've come up with this theory. Anything that you hear a fucking cymbal in the background for the entirety of the song, that just. No.
Oh, except for Run DMC.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bitch
that
is
was
bad
good.
recite.
But to be
This
fair,
gets very
But that was
bad.
before.
But to be fair, Run DMC, there's a reason why he was so popular. That's actually what I was growing up on.
The best Christmas song of all time. Christmas in Hollis.
Da, 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 da.
It's Christmas time in Hollis. Quick. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. That was the genre where it's like, because hip hop started through disco.
Yeah.
You heard me.
Yes.
Disco.
Mhm.
And like, let's watch fucking what's that show on Netflix?
The Get Down.
The Get Down.
The Get
That's
Down.
what. That's
Yeah, yeah.
watch that. There's so much stuff. There's
Holy
Rapture.
shit, is that
There's
great.
hip hop evolution. Like there's stuff like that. It started with disco, and then of course like they incorporate other things, and then
It
like
started before that.
oh yeah,
It
No,
started with
definitely
Marvin
did.
Gaye. It started with
did. It
Benny
did.
King.
But I say it started with those eras, and then what I got into is I got into the rock and roll rap. There's a reason why Run DMC is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like because
Yeah.
he did Walk This Way with Aerosmith. Like that's like you listen to Eminem. Like there's a reason why I grew up on Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Like Beastie Boys, like you hear that shit, it's like No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and you come in with a fucking guitar riff, like.
Yeah. I was never a fan of the Beastie Boys. I couldn't take. There was one voice in there.
Yeah.
I just could not. Couldn't do it. I
don't
liked
know.
Fight for Your.
Oh yeah,
Fight for Your Right. Party. Yeah, that was a good one.
I got that confused. I don't know why in my head they just got confused with the Beach Boys. I was like, those aren't the same thing at
Oh,
all.
Absolutely
I
not.
love that.
Those are
I would
not the
love
same
that
thing.
collab between them.
I love all music. I'm not a huge fan of country. There's a certain type of
I
country.
recommend country to some people. Like, there's only one country person I will listen to, and that's Chris Stapleton, because
Okay.
he's soul country. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason Justin Timberlake goes, you know what? I want to do a song with you. Like
Yeah.
I recommend Tennessee Whiskey. I recommend Midnight Train to Memphis. Nobody's Lonely Tonight. That and Parachute.
I have to find good country. I like Johnny Cash.
I will send you Chris
Is that
Stapleton.
is that rock or that's country?
That's
Cash?
rock country. Like you could
That's
say
rock
that.
country.
That's-
Yeah. Blue Rodeo, another great
Blue
Canadian
Rodeo.
country band. Oh,
Because people are like, country doesn't. Not all country sounds the same. Excuse me. As a guy who listens to hip hop, I can definitely tell you, yes, all country sounds the same. Like to me, it does.
it's the voice.
It is. It's that, and it's the same
Yeah.
song. It's either about four things. It's about my girl's gone, my heart's broken, I'm drinking tonight, I have chicken fry with me, or I love the country.
Yeah.
Those are like the four things I hear.
What about trucks?
Trucks. Don't forget trucks.
Can't forget about your pickup truck and blue jeans.
And blue jeans.
Pair of jeans that
Bo-
fits
yeah,
just right.
Bo Burnham has the whole country song bit
Yeah.
on his special. That
Oh yeah,
made me
what's it
laugh.
called? I can't remember how it's called.
Ah.
Adam Sandler. He's got
So,
that.
I was thinking it.
Where do we
I was
get to-
thinking
oh,
it
yeah.
and looking you dead in the eyes, and I was like, don't say, don't even. We will cut it out. We will cut it out. I will personally.
It's awful cold in outer space today.
Gio, make a note.
No,
Gio,
no,
when
no.
you're listening to
That's
this.
it. We're done.
Yeah,
The Earth is just a tiny speck,
I don't
a
wanna-
million miles away.
I
It's a beautiful song.
I can't listen to the music anymore.
To the music?
To the music, to the radio anymore.
I have not
because-
listened to
I
the
can't.
radio.
I can't.
Because I put it on-
First off, because my car radio is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh God,
So,
that's
It's another topic.
car problems.
The car problems.
Your car problems.
the Millennial
Afghan.
Falcon.
I hope the hell you're writing shit down about me too. I'm sorry.
Yes, I've got things.
Thank God. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone in my room talking to no one. Like I already do. Just like, Gio, what's your stance on? It's for gangs all here.
It's all good. You got your fingers. You're having a good time.
Ew. Ew.
What? No, you got your fingers. You're talking to your fingies.
Anyways, can't listen to the
Stick it in the
radio.
hummus, and then you talk to
That's
them.
me, baby.
Like in the morning on the ride to to school. Well, I get driven to the bus stop. Anyway, sorry.
I don't have glasses. You're gonna put that pencil through my eye.
My dad listens to the radio, and I don't understand how he does it, because it's mind numbing.
It is.
It's the same 10 songs
Oh,
that get
right, does he
played
listen to-
over and over and over.
And then
Show?
there's remixes.
and I
you're
hear
like, that's not the
and I
original
get
song.
it's like I get in the morning and then I get driven back home if I call him at night, and it's like Ariana Grande is gonna play at least both times. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think it's.
I think
it's
radio
just-
itself is just a dying art form.
Yeah.
I don't
I've
want it to
added.
be. I
I've
think they
added
just need-
shitloads of
We have
new
we have-
musicians and stuff.
Yeah, we have
Just from-
podcasts and we have our own way of getting music ourselves.
Yeah,
we
just
don't
Yes.
need
connecting the dots. Just like, okay, I like this. They're in the same kind of genre. I'm gonna check them out. I don't like them. It's fine. Try something
yeah,
else.
and the thing is, because we have the selection and we can plug in our own phone, we can do
Yeah.
music our own way. We can listen to podcasts if we want to. You can do that. But I feel like radio could work if they just stopped doing the same fucking thing as they've been doing.
But you have
One,
to.
It's a
cut
money
out the
thing.
advertisements. I hate radio
It's
advertisements
money,
so bad.
man. That's what they need. That's the only thing that's
That's the only thing keeping them
the
up.
only thing keeping them afloat, man.
That's another good radio.
With satellite radio. I mean, you
No,
pay. So
I'm saying radio.
I don't know. I'm saying since satellite radios come out, they need a new way to.
It's been dying
Make
since
money.
the 80s. Like, there's a reason why Queen wrote that song.
Radio killed. No.
Radio Gaga.
Radio Google. Yeah.
There you
Radio
go.
Google.
There you go. We know what we're talking about. We know music, right?
But I'm and it seems like I listen to 92.5 because my dad listens to 90.5 in the morning. And the only people that call in are people that are above the age of maybe 50, 40, 50. That's the age range of
Yeah, you
people
could-
that,
yeah.
or people that don't have a car that plug in
Yeah.
for themselves.
It's like the kind of person. Hey there,
Plus,
how's
there's
it
a lot of
going?
radio stations now that don't need to be like local radio stations. Like, if you have Apple Music, you can get a radio station through Apple
Yeah.
Music, and it's all the same type of, and like that's where you can learn a lot of hear a lot of new songs that's going on.
When
that
I work,
radio station.
I tend to listen to sports radio.
Sports radio. I can't listen to sports radio. I can listen. Okay, I can.
It
I
gets
can
me
watch.
angry. It gets me angry.
Yeah, I can watch like Sports Center, but I can also listen to like guys talk about sports.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to
Well,
quit
'cause
sports.
It's basically just a podcast. I'm listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
Of people talking about the Canadians. I can do that all day. But the problem is they get repetitive because
Yeah,
there's
it's
only
the
so
same
much
shit.
to talk about in a day.
It's the same thing with Sports Center. Like, I see that one guy come on and say the same shit that I know he's gonna say. He's gonna trash this one team for not doing well. Tell him what they gotta do better because he's been doing the same thing all year.
Yeah. And it's like, well, they haven't played a game in the last 3 days, so I'm gonna keep trashing them for the same thing that they
It's
can't
like
fix.
when they're going to the game, they have potential. They're at the bottom of the league, but they have potential. Like, listen, shut the fuck up. Like, you're getting paid. Like, who are you? I don't remember your NHL career. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person. I'm cranky because I don't have a French vanilla coffee in my hand. So.
Go get one.
Get another.
Yeah, right, I'll give you
Are you
two.
serious? Oh, don't drink so much coffee. It's 12.
It's not coffee.
It's juice. It's hot
Juice. No,
juice.
and Connor's gone at the moment. I feel the same thing that you're saying. Every morning sounds like the exact same thing on the radio.
Yeah.
It's you hear on 92.5 they have the 3 people that are on the show. They talk about the same thing. They do the same game show every single day, which is fucking
I
stupid
hate
at
the
this
game
point.
shows.
It's who's smarter than Sam now is what it is. Every single day.
Nobody is. Fuck. Who the fuck is? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And
crap. It's all crap.
and radio. I've talked about this with you before. Radio commercials are
so
horrible.
bad.
It's the worst thing I've
Oh.
ever heard. Especially when they try to set up a scenario for you, and it just Kathy, my lawnmower doesn't work anymore.
Oh, maybe you should call the lawnmower guys. He comes and he's gonna fix it fast.
And then this random voice comes out of nowhere.
Hello?
Hello, do you having lawnmower problems?
Yeah.
Con.
It's not working.
I can't pull the string.
Oh my god, thank you.
Well, then
lawnmower
we've got the job for you. West Island Lawnmower Boys will fix your lawnmower and promise pass by on blah 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 blah. Call this number now. Lawnmower Boys, and they have to say their fucking title
Yeah.
at least 5 times.
100. Holy shit.
And then the actors end it sometimes.
Yeah. Thanks.
Talking about radio commercials and how
Okay,
bad
here we go.
those are.
They're bad.
They're just horrible.
There's too many
Fancy.
car commercials.
Yeah, that too. Why am I
Or-
listening to a car commercial in a car?
I mean, I don't need one. You should know this. I'm in a car. Like,
I think I need a car.
wait, look down
Here-
at his hands. No, I don't.
Something I really enjoy is theater movie commercials. When you're watching and you're like trying to guess what it is, and most of the time it's a car.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't expect it to be a car.
No, what was beautiful. Oh my god, I was talking about life and like you don't want to miss a moment. Hang out with your family.
Do it in the comfort of
And
your
then
new
it's-
Chevy
and-
Tahoe.
And then it's eat your PC meat. Eat your meat. It's
your
like President's choice. eat your fucking
More like
chicken.
eat your heart out. Fuck you.
And like it's gotten to the point. I heard a commercial where they got on and it's like, hey, we're not going to do the conventional thing where we're going to play a sound and try to brainwash you into doing this. We're just going to talk directly to you. And the fact that you have to break the conventions shows there's a problem.
Yeah. So, well, I feel like he's actually talking to me now. I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. Stop
I don't
it.
like it either.
Talk about the lawnmower again.
Yeah, I hate this.
I feel like you don't have to pay that much for radio commercials too.
Probably not.
Because
And
I
you-
feel like it's like I feel like it's like hey, I want to do a radio commercial. Okay, here, speak it to this microphone.
Yeah.
It almost guarantees that I won't go to your store if I hear your fucking advertisement on the radio.
No, I've never used. That's the other thing. I don't think I've ever actually bought anything.
You know what?
I've
They,
been
you know what would be
advertised.
really smart is if they did more fast food commercials in the car.
Yeah,
'Cause when
'cause
I'm
that would
driving,
make you fucking hungry.
You'd be like, you know what? I'm in a car. I could get drive-through.
And you get that voice that just comes on and it's just
Eat your fucking badass.
gets really close to the mic and it's just like,
for some chicken nuggets.
do you like the taste of meat? Juicy, delicious
No,
meat.
that I'd change the fucking channel. That's too much.
Just
be
click
no,
off.
just be two people and just one guy go. Just like it could be like them driving and just go. I could kill for some chicken nuggets. I could kill for some chicken nuggets. And then like the guy in the car
Would you?
will be listening to this and go. I could kill for some chicken. And then that's all you
No
need.
one would get the sound of like something sizzling. Would get
Bacon.
me
I was thinking the
immediately.
same
If it was
thing.
just sizzling and then it comes on, it's like that's bacon from Harvey's.
That's bacon from Harvey's.
Fucking gone.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, we're not going to your recital, Tiny Tim.
Tiny
We're
Tim.
going
Tim.
to Harvey's.
Yeah, so don't tiptoe through the tubes with that one.
That's a great. That's it. If you don't know that song, you need to look up that song. that is the pinnacle of SpongeBob SquarePants for me. Is that song.
Living in the sunlight, living in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Listen to that too. It's another Tiny Tim song.
Again
He
in
also, has,
SpongeBob.
he also has a song, Do You Think I'm Sexy? Nobody ever thought Tiny Tim was sexy. Tiny Tim, poor guy, had a heart attack on stage. Yeah.
I was thinking the Ebenezer Scrooge Tiny Tim.
I know, I was too.
With your
until-
floppy hat.
have some more?
That's
Is that the
Oliver's
same thing?
Twist.
That's Oliver.
Oliver's Twist.
Oliver Twist?
Travels.
Travels?
Is that it?
No, it's
Gulliver's.
Oliver-
Gulliver's. No.
No,
It's,
no.
What am I saying? That's the Jack Black movie. That's that terrible Jack Black
Tiny
movie.
Tim, he came out there, he's a big guy. He had a little ukulele that he'd strum. And he's that's what he looks like. That's Tiny Tim.
I'm thinking. Who are you talking about? Oliver.
It's Gulliver's Travel. Something. Oliver Twist? No. That's what I'm. know.
Oliver and Company?
Please, sir, may I have some more? Is not
Yes,
from
Oliver
that.
and Company. But what is the kid's name?
And what?
Oliver something.
Oliver Twist.
Is it Oliver Twist?
So I'm not wrong.
I'll search it up after.
Yeah.
Can't.
There's the two people listening to this. Like Emma will be listening to this and yell at us through the podcast.
What? It's okay. What was the question? Oh, what are you doing?
I put my foot down.
Yeah, you put it right on top of mine.
Putting my foot. I will put my foot down metaphorically too.
You pushed it real hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, speaking of which, Gio and I slept together last night. Well, not just in
Okay,
the same room.
Separate beds.
We did have separate beds. However, your bed was faced.
Towards yours.
Towards
that
mine.
which is not. Oh, that's a funny the
I was-
Italian thing. I
'cause
was
I'm-
not doing what my mom told me to.
What-
Yeah. So
I want to know this. Sorry.
here.
Fuck everything else.
Really quick.
Italian thing.
The Italian thing, it's like a superstition. You have to have your feet facing towards the door.
That's
In Italian,
that.
or like parallel to parallel.
We were just white people were just
But it-
told that that's because like in case somebody breaks into your room.
it's tall. It's like bad luck. No,
Oh,
she
okay.
didn't even explain. She was just like, don't fucking do it. You cannot be facing away from the door. If your head is towards the door, you're dying.
Is that why you were so fucking? No, you weren't even.
No, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, no, I was like,
I
you
was
weren't
just,
doing anything.
I was moving around a bit because I didn't fall
You
asleep for a
why
while.
I am so tall that you stretched out your legs and it touched my foot, but you didn't stop. You kept going because you were.
I wasn't sure if it was your foot or not.
I felt it bend backwards. And I was just like, you know what? This actually helps me because I was losing the feeling in my legs and thinking I was about to go to sleep.
You're welcome.
And so, thank you for waking me back up.
I was told you sleep in a 7 because you're so tall.
I do. You know what it is? You know what it is? I had a therapist tell me this. He said, you have a subconscious need to protect people. And I was like, then why am I so? And I know.
How does this relate to your 7
I
sleeping
know.
position?
I
Go.
know. I know. It's weird. Okay, not an actual doctor. Like a general practitioner told me it's because of my insecurities.
That
I know.
That you sleep in the form of a
I
7.
know. It makes no sense.
I'm too tall. I need to
Well,
sleep in the form of a 7.
I also think it's because I grew up in a small bed.
Fair.
Being
That makes
big. That's
sense
the one
too.
I
That-
agreed with.
that makes sense
That's the one
too.
I agreed with. But the fact that the therapist was just throwing out this fucking feel the need to protect people. I was like, no, I'm cold. That's why I went on this tangent. Like he's trying to convince me, and I'm yelling at this medical professional about. You just wrote down movies.
Yeah.
You just wrote down movies.
No, I'm sorry.
You're not paying attention.
I am
to
paying attention to you. I'm
Fuck
listening.
that.
That he told you that it's about insecurities. It's not. Yeah. It's just because there's a TV behind you that's playing the same fucking thing over and over. It's the same question, so I know what the answer is. It's B. Croc move.
Yeah, what the fuck, croc move?
How to Train Your Dragon.
He's the main
It's just
dragon.
because
Why?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's
His name is Night Fury.
I know, but he's the main dragon. How do you not know
Toothless.
his name?
Toothless.
Start with class.
Anyways,
It's
I wrote down
Croc- it's
movies
Croc
because of that. I was listening to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But like when he said like it's the constant need to
You face away from the microphone as you speak.
Yes, sorry. Now I'm focused on croc move. But it was just like that's the one thing about therapists. It's like I don't trust them enough anymore because like a bunch of therapists have given me different reasonings, and I finally met a therapist who gave me like the right reasoning for something, and I was just like, oh, thank God. Oh, see, there we go.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Therapy.
I'll be back for that one.
I had problems growing up, as
Alright.
everyone does,
Yes.
but I was never sent to a psychiatrist or a therapist. I didn't even get sent to the guidance counselor.
Me neither.
I kept it all in, which was a problem.
That's
And talking to myself.
I learned that the hard way. I learned that I think it was like I've been very open about my mental illness for a very long time, and it was to a point where like my mom would disregard it, and so I had friends going, we're going to the guidance counselor today. That was my first interaction with therapy. I had a psychologist when I was a kid because it was like the doctor said to my parents, bring him to a psychologist because you two are divorced. He's confused. He's acting up in school. He needs to see somebody. And then grade 9 rolls around, and I haven't seen the psychologist for a very long time. It's past the point in my life. I don't even remember it. But I remember it was literally like one day my friends took me and they're like, we're going to the guidance counselor. And I was like, why? they're like, you know exactly why. And maybe I will maybe one day disclose on the podcast why. But it was to a point where they like, that was it. I got to see the guidance counselor. And that was still scary to me because I didn't want to tell this person everything because I didn't know this person. And now it's to the point where it's like, I've seen so many different people in the last like month that I've had to tell my whole fucking life story to. And it's just like I'm to the point where I'm like, can you guys just write it down and send it to the next person? Because like I don't
Just
have the same
memo
emotion
around.
as the first time I've done
Yeah.
it. So you don't know if I'm really into it. Like it's to the point where you're just like, I don't think he cares enough about his own.
So
problems.
you have to apply the Stanislavski method to
I
you.
do. I have to come in. I have to like do what Joey does in fucking Friends, rip out a hair from my legs and just start crying. But as soon as I walk in,
Anyway, no. What was my point? What
Mental
was I
health.
going?
We're starting.
Mental health.
I'd love to talk.
I've
about
never
it.
gone.
Therapy.
Never gone to therapy.
Never
Should've.
been.
It's
Should've.
phenomenal.
Should have
not.
when I was crying mostly from medication growing up.
Yeah.
Fucking ruined me.
The thing that worried me about it at all was exactly what you're describing. Is that you go to someone and I was worried that they'd like condescending. Just look down on the problem and be like,
They
well,
do.
that's not a problem. What's wrong?
The first time I got to speak to an actual therapist, like a psychiatrist, was at that hospital. and like. Anyways, but it was at the hospital where he literally like, okay, I'm fucking ass naked in this fucking hospital gown, no underwear on, and he goes, sit in this leather chair, and then I sit down, and immediately he just goes, tell me about your childhood. Which is, I look back and I'm like, yeah, he's doing his job.
I had a friend do that to me.
Yeah.
He walked
took
into the
your clothes
room and
off
just
and he
went,
made you sit on the chair and actually had
There's the
actually
urologist.
had a
You two are best buddies now.
Yeah. Well, fuck, if a man grabs your penis, you gotta be friends.
Tell me
with that.
about your childhood.
I'll see you next week. No,
Oh,
never
why?
again.
You have to pay that time. He should pay
No,
you for what
we were in
did.
Sec 3 and he walks into the classroom and just goes, can you draw your family for me? And I was like, no.
Oh God,
No.
I've had one of those.
Anyways, back on therapy.
It's okay. Can I also just say that I find this really funny is whenever they ask like, what's your situation at home? They go, I live with my mom. Do you have a dad? No, he passed away when I was 10. And they always go, I'm so sorry. And I'm to the point where I'm just like, oh, okay, thanks. And I continue talking because it's like, it's not a shock. It's not like I found out that morning.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Fuck, you had to bring it up. I'm like, no.
My father.
My father.
My dad.
Yeah, my father was dead.
My dad used to breathe oxygen. Like, no, it's not one of
He
those.
used to eat food.
No, don't bring
He
that up.
used to love
He
food.
used to love- That's a good bit. That's a brilliant bit. I want to write that as a comedy sketch.
This is the first point in my
She
life.
used to drink water.
Stop it. Stop it. I know what you're referencing, and it's not funny. It's hilarious. It's not funny, though.
Cut it out.
Cut it.
Cut
Genuinely, from this and you.
This is the
Sorry.
first point in my life where I've been comfortable enough to talk to people, Mike being one of them, just about problems that I've had. Because before it was the whole worrying that I'd get someone that would just be like, that's not a problem. Stop it.
Can I
better.
be honest with you? That's what happens. Like, that is what happens a lot.
Yes, but I think that there's better ways to phrase
I don't
it.
know everything, so I never say that's not a problem.
Well,
That's what I had. Okay, for anybody who has dealt with mental illness to an extent to what I have gone through, or what even like not as much as an extent of what I've gone through. So generally, basically everybody. But it's to a point where they say there's three things. It's either there's nothing wrong with you, you're not broken, suck it up. Two, it's because of this. And this thing is like, it's like for me it was my ADHD, but it's to the point where I'm like, ADHD doesn't do this, and other people with ADHD who they say are just like me don't go through what I'm going through when I talk to them about it. And number three, it's the worst one. It's you're a piece of shit, you're insane. That's what people are actually told by genuinely nice people. Like I've had family members tell that to me. That's like not to sympathize or put myself down, like add my sob story. Like, no, this is what happens. And then there are good people. That's what people. That's the one thing. So when people are like, "How is it so hard for you to see that there are good people?" And like that's the one thing about mental illness that people need to recognize is there is such a huge amount of loneliness. Not the fact that we just put ourselves in that situation also, but it's because of that constant fear of being alone or not being fully understanding. Because you don't fully understand what's going on in somebody's mind. You can have gone through the same thing fully, but they're going through it right now.
Yeah.
And so you don't know what's going on in their brains. That's what I think is very scary.
And that's what I felt talking with some people about what had transpired for me. And I feel like I got lucky because I went to the guidance counselors at school and I got assigned Magnificent Sheldon,
Oh, you mean Jay Lou's dad?
Yes.
Yes.
And he the first person I've ever had to talk to about it. And he didn't pry, he didn't do anything. He was sitting there and he was listening, and it felt like he was listening.
For anybody who's listening to this right now and is debating whether or not, I do recommend John Abbott College for therapy. I walked in, and it's so funny.
Or if you go there, guidance counselor.
Or anyone.
Anything.
Yes, because what's brilliant about them is there's people in the student services that go like hi, I'm here just do this for my schedule. Okay, yeah, please, I'll help you right now. Hi, sweetie, what's up with you?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I was just wondering, do you know where this place is? Yes, right down the hall. And then I go up. Can I speak to a guidance counselor? Yes, sweetie. Here, take this sheet.
Yeah.
They give you a sheet and it's like A, B, C, or D.
I remember.
And then they walk away, and you're like, wait. Oh
no, she didn't. Did she walk away?
She was like, just tell me which one, and she walked away and tried to help somebody else, trying to keep it discreet.
Yeah.
Because they're so nice like that, and I did my thing, and it was, and then they like depending on how severe it is, they either take you to a back somewhere safe.
Yeah.
or they make, or if it's not as severe, they still will
They
serve
let you sit there, yeah.
They let you speak to somebody right away.
Yeah, which
That's
is
something
awesome.
that the CLSC doesn't do. Like Lakeshore Hospital didn't do.
You have to make an appointment.
No.
I should start taking appointments.
Like I saw somebody right away.
You gotta call me. Put it in my notepad.
I got lucky because when I went to them and I was still trying to go through the CLSC to talk to somebody, and immediately after getting my appointment, they wrote out an urgency form for them to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they will do for you. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I think.
And that's the cool thing about the school. Like, even when I went for the first meeting of my urologist, sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Today was the
I love
urology. Today was with an actual urologist. When I first asked about it, I went to John Abbott through the Health and Wellness Center, and I saw a doctor there, and he was super cool and kind about it, because he saw that I was nervous, and he was like, "I'm gonna get a bit of time to talk to you about this first. Tell me what's wrong, then we'll check it out." And the funniest thing he said was, "I just want you to know, it's like I'm looking into an ear. It's the same thing to me." And I was like, "Yeah, it's not the same thing to me."
I can't hear what you're doing.
Back to the point. Yes, and I'm lucky and I'm glad because they were very kind.
Yes.
He was very kind,
the
and it
same
always
thing.
sounded like he was understanding. and trying to listen.
I want to also give a shout out, if you will, to Lisa Marie Salas, who I got to speak to, who has been there for 20 years. Like, you're not dealing with somebody who's just out of med school or just out of this. Like, no, she was like, I've been dealing with this for 20 years. You're going through something that I've dealt firsthand with people who have your personality disorder, or which I'm very open to talk about. But or in your situation. I think that's what it was. I think it was like, I've heard that before. Yeah. But this time I felt it because it was like they're actually talking to me. Like this person was actually smiling. Therapists don't smile. They don't. Like, there's a reason why every time you see a therapist in a movie, there's like the point blank no sense of humor. It's because you can't crack a joke to them.
My urologist didn't smile either.
I know. Like, he's dangling your bits. I wouldn't be smiling either. Like,
yeah, it would have been worse if he smiled. Yeah.
If he's trying to make it talk with like puppet shows, like
if he was squeezing your gnocchi and fucking
squeezing your.
and making it.
That's what this episode is called.
Squeezing your gnocchi.
That's tickled my gnocchi and put his fingers in my mouth.
Stop saying it. Stop saying it.
So Mike, you've never been. Well, I've never been through. You've never been through therapy. Have you ever?
I might have gone through when I was young, because prednisone was such a strong drug.
My brother still has prednisone. He still goes to a therapist.
Yeah. I remember just being up at night crying, and my parents running into the room and asking what's wrong. I was like, I don't know. I'm just really sad. Like, I don't know why I feel this way. And as far as I know, I've never gone to a therapist. I should have at some points.
You still should.
In some points of my life, probably now. I should probably go.
I find it sad that now it's almost expected. Like, no, everybody that is living right now should probably see a therapist.
Yeah. I have so many friends that I say to people, like, I got to go see a therapist.
Yeah.
Because she was debating it.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked at her and I said, I'll go with you if you want. But I say, and it was something I was nervous about.
Yeah.
Because, like, even though I had gone through the CLSC, because I didn't know if it was just going to be another, like, okay, people just talking to, like, I have to tell a bunch of random people.
Sorry, I squared
squeezing your gnocchi.
I'm listening.
Oh, I just laughed right into the camera. I mean, the fucking microphone.
Hey, right in the camera.
You got her to go and you nervous.
I was nervous when I went, and she was nervous when she went, and it was funny because I'm like talking to the receptionist at this point. I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing? Is it good? Oh, you were trying to MIO me about something? That's great. I just love this. How are the kids? Like, it was a great." And I think that's what it is, because you go to the CLS, you go to the it's like a bunch of moody, depressed fucking people that are helping you, and it's like, but when you're there. Like, she smiled at me.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Salas. She had this genuinely big smile, cracking jokes, being funny. Like, that's what I want. I think it's to a point where if you need to be serious, they know. That was great. That was a great point. You need to be serious, they will do that to you. Yeah. They will do that for you. They will stop. They will be serious. But if they need,
No problem.
I don't know. Shout out to the guys at Tim Hortons that are working on it. Can I just say that? But if you need, but they're still to the point where they're like she looked at me and she said, "I like how you use your sense of humor as therapy," which is something that
What your other therapists were saying is it was bad.
yeah, they're like it's because your self confidence is so low. It's just
So you have to stop making jokes.
you have to stop making jokes.
It's
You know,
like,
the one
fuck
thing
off.
that it's like it's like the thing that I spent my life doing to help other people and myself is bad. And I agree with like a sense of validation, because that's something that other than therapists have told me. But like this, like when she looked at me and she was like, "Who is the psychologist?" She is a psychologist. Like she said to me, she was like, "You use this as therapy for you and other people." And that's why so many comedians have mental health problems. Like David Letterman has been open about it. Robin Williams was a huge epidemic. Not even epidemic, just like shedding light. Like Michael Richards is another example. Like there's like the list goes on. There's a reason why they do so much comedy. It's because there's so much therapy in it.
Yeah.
But let's not get into that, because Gio will cut me off when it comes to comedy.
And I think maybe it's just because I don't know if that's their only job. I think they spend maybe just working as guidance counselors or therapists in John Abbott College. But if it's that they're exposed to teenagers and that's the group that they deal with, compared to a therapist that not only deals with you but has to deal with people that are older than you or younger than you.
I think what it is they provide services, like, because what she said to me was, "Are you looking through the CLSC?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "We can give you 10 therapy sessions." Like, it used to be they could go until you graduated to college.
Yeah.
But now they offer you 10, but they will rush it in so you can speak to somebody right away.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's great, is because
You get the help right away rather than
while you're still talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think was important. It's because they're like, "We don't have the resources, but we can guide you to the resources, even if you do have to go through the CLSC."
Why didn't you got the Bell Let's Talk? I mean,
And
that
Bell
was
Let's
that
Talk,
was
yeah.
just going on, but that should be constantly
yeah,
just
we
put into our
shouldn't have a
minds.
day.
Should.
It
We
should
it
be
should be
just normal.
it should be an
talk.
always
We should have a month
thing.
We should do like what Black History Month
Isn't
should.
there-
No, that every day should be
There's
Black History Day.
I think there's a mental health awareness month. No?
There is.
Yeah,
Isn't
I think so.
yeah, there is. There has to be. There is. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
There has to be.
But-
there is. There is.
Still.
But man, it's
That it's not normal to talk
there's
about.
always
Still.
there's always somebody there to talk to.
I want to be more open about personality disorders, or because what we talk about is important. Anxiety, depression.
Yeah, those are the two.
That's the two things.
yeah.
Those are two
Those
things.
are the two things that I go through.
But I want to talk more about what they stem from.
Yeah.
Because sometimes depression and anxiety can be parts of your life. Like, my mom has talked about her depression, where it was 3 months of her life where she felt absolutely worthless. But for me, it's been 9 years. And that's what scared me, was because it wasn't just a portion of my life. And it stemmed from something else.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I want to be more open with people about, because there are people who, like, because I would hear Bell Let's Talk and I would hear people talk about stuff like that, but I'd be like, but it's not just a small window.
Mhm.
Like, it's like I'm in the happiest points of my life,
Yeah.
but I'm still going through bits of
Yeah.
self-hatred, and I don't know why.
And that's always like whenever that stuff like that gets brought up, I always feel people almost get nervous, or
Yes.
they immediately get like apologetic or empathetic,
Yes.
and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Or even worse.
Is there anything I can? And
And
I'm
for
talking
some-
about it because I can talk about it right
Yeah.
now. That's
And
the reason
for
I'm
the
saying
person
it.
who's talking about it also has the fear of, because of what they have or because of what they've gone through, it's the fear of
Pushing them
being
away.
They push them away. They have a fear of being viewed as something, being viewed as evil or a monster. Those are huge, or that the person won't understand. If they're telling you it, it's like when somebody tells me about something like that, I'm honored, which sounds so cliche, ironic is not the proper term, but it sounds so fake for me to say that, but it's because since I've gone through it, I know how scary it is to tell somebody
Yeah.
something like that. Like, with my upbringing, I know how scary it is to tell somebody that, because I've had situations where people have literally walked away. and it's very scary for these people. Like, it's very scary. And I still say, like, if you're going through something like that, where you like if I went through a huge portion of my life where I was like, something is wrong with me, and it came to that there's nothing wrong with you. It's this, just take your pills, or you're insane. And finally, it took to like the worst part of my life, and I had to go through one of the scariest moments of my life, where I almost lost my life. And finally, somebody say to me, "Okay, here's what's wrong." And I got to actually take a step back, and for the first time in my life, there was clarity.
Yeah.
And I think that was what it was amazing about the whole thing.
It's a turning point.
It is. It was a turning point. Now it's just figuring out how to fix it. That's the only thing. That's the next step, but that's a different chapter.
It's a step.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but there is a light.
Yeah.
It's just you will find it. Like, even when you're in the moments of there is no light for you. There is no light right now for you. But trust me, there will be.
Yeah.
That you will find, even if it's small glimmers of light, there is a light out there. Like today, I went through a bit of, 3 hours ago, I went through a what am I? Who am I as a person? I went through a part of what my personality disorder has, which is identity crises.
Yeah.
And a couple hours before that, I went through a wave of depression where I didn't want to be around people. So we get mood swings and fluctuations. And with that, it was just like, oh fuck, here we go again. And I don't see a reason in living. But it was the first time where I was like, I don't see a reason in living, but I have before. Is it just gone completely? Or is it just there's something else that's about to come? And I think that's why I'm still here. It's not because I'm happy, because I'm curious. I want to know what's about to come, because it's like there's the calm before the storm, but then like you're in the storm, and you're like, okay, this is a really bad storm, but I'm very curious as to see what's going to come out of this. So yeah, that's what I think it is. We were talking about dicks like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
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 I've had this feeling for the past year, just like right in like the pit of my chest, and it's that heavy feeling that you get. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know when it comes up, but every once in a while it's just there, and you start just thinking about everything that's happened.
For me, and the problem when that happens, for me, the longest time is I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to or trust.
Yeah.
That I just not because I don't know. That one, I had trust issues with anybody that I talked to, because the thing that I hate the most is if you talk to someone and then that suddenly 10 other people know what is wrong with you and what was going on.
Especially if it's somebody that you don't want to know too.
Yeah, that too. And it just I was talking to you in confidence. That was a problem for a while.
It took me confidence to talk to you in confidence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We'll cut that out.
And just the worry of being able, and then people maybe not understanding or not being able to say anything that will actually help. Just being there. And sometimes it's good to have someone to just be there with. Just someone that will hold you, or someone that will be able to calm you down, get your mind off of it. But at a certain point, you do have to address it. And I didn't ever feel like I had people that would be able to do that.
I've done this thing before, and a lot of people with the CLSC or with clinics will do is they give you a sheet of paper, and it says, first thing you do is, I'm in a state of either depression, anxiety, or like mental health problem. First thing you do is do something that'll take your mind off of it. And the first question was, what's your happiness in life?
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I was like, can we jump the question, please? And she was like, okay, I understand. The second thing was, who can I call?
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I actually got to fill that part out. I started crying. Like, I put down Emma's name, and I put down Mike's name, and I started crying. Like I was just like, oh my god, I have people to call. Like, I trust people enough. There were only two. To be fair, there were only two slots. And I did it just because like Emma and I got really close, and you were a third. To be fair, I'm not bullshitting.
It's okay. I was just kidding.
It's just Mike has a car. Mike has a car and will pay for nuggets. Anyways,
We'll pay for
I'm joking. You know there's more than that. But yeah, I think it's just that was what's good. But you will but today I even had a fit of Mike doesn't care about me. I had that thought today.
No, I feel like that happens to everyone at one point.
Everybody thinks Mike doesn't care about it.
Everybody.
Mike's that douchebag.
Mike, he'll walk in with his dumb face, his blank stare. And
Oh,
it's
we
like,
don't
I
have
hate
to
you
call him out now, do we?
Well, I'm right here.
This hurts
It's
more.
It's not behind my back or anything like that.
They say it feels better when it's to your face. It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It really doesn't. It's
deal
not
with
good
it.
at all.
No, I'm happy I've met you guys. It's helped me. I don't know. I still don't know what to say, what to talk about, what's making me feel the way I feel, but at some point, as there's only so many times I can keep saying the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Before I realize maybe that's not the actual problem, maybe there's something deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And until I figure out what the hell that is,
Because
I'll keep wondering.
yeah,
and I'll
because
keep
there's
searching.
like a bit of lying to yourself also that comes with it. Like they say, like once you lie to yourself so many times, you are in a state of denial for so long that you just start to believe it. And no, like yes and no. Like yes, that can happen, but at the same time, you still realize like okay, I'm lying. But you will still be like for a long time you will be in a state of denial because you will be holding on to something, like either a grudge or something that you've lost.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Connor's
tried
been
to
studying cognitive therapy.
I don't know what I honestly, man, time is a fickle bitch, right?
I think
That was beautiful and ugly at the same time. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
the progression
That's what
of
they call me. Beautiful and ugly.
It seems like the progression of what goes through your head, or the way that you're recommended to deal with it, is first you feel it, then you try to get your mind off of it, then when you're clear enough to think about it again whenever you can, and just try to figure things out there. Because you have to dissociate it from your initial feelings, no matter what it is. It has to be separate, because otherwise it's just your mind screaming.
Mm-hmm. No, mind screaming is the best way to put that. Like
Yeah.
Mind screaming and fucking can't breathe. It's like choking and
That's-
screaming at the same
I
time.
hate feeling like I can't take a full breath of air.
Yeah.
There was a bit, yeah.
that's what's amazing about having somebody with you.
Yes.
I think one thing that's always scared me is, but we come so accustomed to it too, which is scary. That's why you need more than one person. Which is some people are like that's so hard to find. And and to an extent, yes, it is.
I don't like. I know it's dumb.
I don't
and
like.
People say don't do it, but I don't like putting it all on one
Boom.
person, and I don't like. I feel like a burden still. Like people say, "It's dumb, don't do it," but I just. Sorry.
You know what?
You yelled at me the other day
It's
about
so it's so common though. Like I think one thing that I've learned about.
And you were telling me the other day,
The
like, who do
environment.
I have to talk to? I have you guys. Who do you guys to talk to?
Thank you, Fatima.
Right now, my problems aren't. They don't feel like they're as big, but I get them out there a bit at a time.
We're gonna move the podcast.
Back in the car. We're going back in. Doveman Plus Care. This is an ad for Doveman Plus Care.
Don't we all? What was Doveman Plus Care? Can we get sponsored by Doveman Plus Care?
So we'll drop Connor off first.
By the
so
way,
we can-
not sponsored by
absolutely not
McDonald's
sponsored.
or Tim Hortons or anything we made.
Or Doveman Plus Care for that matter. Well, I wish we were. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh,
We were on. We were still talking about mental
cut
health.
that guy off. Sorry. Mental health.
What was the sin as I went out the door?
I've opened up to more people this semester.
Me too. I think that's what's good. I think I'm happy because I see it in you. I think today when you told me like this semester has been better for you, I immediately thought it's because he's talking.
Yeah.
I think it helps me too because I think I have a lot more pressure on myself that I've been putting on myself this semester. But at the same time, I feel like I'm dealing with it a lot better than I did in my first semester because of this too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And there is a lot of therapy in what we do, and
There is.
I find we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to. We don't focus on what we're doing enough.
Yeah.
We let the outside world affect what we do when we walk behind those doors, and just it's so much fun, the process of it all.
It's literally like
I forgot about that. I forgot how fun it was and why I'm doing this for a bit until I saw that little read through.
Yeah.
And hearing the enthusiasm and the passion coming from Andy Cook, it was something. It was something. That was like that's the pinpoint moment where I felt like there was the change in my demeanor, and everything started to feel better and things look positive because it's hard to just to be happy. But you go into like this, you fall into this sort of this whirlwind of I'm unhappy, and it's hard for people to be around you when you don't let them in. So it's like it's just like it's a self-feeding fucking negativity.
And that with theater isn't. I agree with you on the idea. They always say to leave your problems at the door. It's hard to do.
It's hard to.
sometimes.
can't.
It's very, very hard.
You can't. I mean, you can, but it's
rough.
nearly impossible. Like Gio, you are the perfect example of somebody who I say that is somebody who can do that. But this semester I looked at Gio, and for the first time I kind of went, no, nobody can do it, because I saw there was a class where I saw Gio that you were not okay.
Yeah.
There have since then been many a class. I think
Hard not.
I
mean, there's a lot of pressure on us to do that, but it's
Yeah, and I was talking
it's
to one of
fucking
our
hard.
I was talking to one of our teachers about it. I was talking to Zach,
Yeah.
and he said, I know we say that and we tell you to, but shit's gonna happen,
yeah.
and we understand.
We're not
As-
robots. We can't turn
No.
off emotion. It doesn't work
You're
like
in
that.
a program where we have to turn on emotion, basically. Like, don't. And I think one thing also is that we get to play characters that, I'm sorry, like, we do have to play characters that go through what we go through.
Yeah.
Like, I think,
Yeah.
I don't want to say this, but when Terry was asking us about characters from Artstown that really stood out to us, I said Simon Stinson. Because I wanted to, because I so connected with that character.
I felt like I connected with George in the third act, where at some points I felt like I've lost everything,
Yeah.
and I'm all alone, and I don't know what the fuck to do. So I just lay down and I cry.
I'm like, I related to Simon because it was like a long time in my life I held on to like bitterness.
Yeah.
I think one thing when I talked to Mackenzie Bell, and I'm so thankful for Mackenzie Bell, and you have to get him on a podcast because that man is brilliant in so many ways. Because he says
absolute sweetheart.
He says he's like talking with him. It's literally like that thing where like you hear something so many times, but it finally clicks.
Yeah.
That's Mackenzie Bell. Because he told me a bunch of things that I've heard, like, and I completely agree with everything he said. But for the first time, I was sort of like really hearing it. But to say the most with that, you really want him to hear that. Like you put it
No,
right
I'm
on my
just saying.
shoulder. But it was really cool because with Mackenzie, oh my God, where I was going with this. With Simon, I got to look at this character that was holding on to bitterness. And when I talked to Mackenzie Bell, I said, like, one thing he said was, I always saw the anger in you. I've known Mackenzie since we were kids. He's like, I've always seen that anger. and I never knew why. And I finally told him, like, I explained to him why. Like, I held on to a lot of things that, like, held me back. And I still am very mad at, like, the world for just torture, I guess you could say. Like, I put myself through a lot of shit because I've gone through a lot of shit that I haven't asked for. But it's to the point where I'm like, fuck it, now I gotta work on that. Now I'm letting a lot of it go, which is still not entirely true because I'm human, and human beings don't have the ability to let it go fully. Like, we will always still remember certain things. But with that, I've gained the ability for the vast majority to forgive. And that's something that I am really happy with myself about. I think that some people, in their own right, they choose not to, and I have no problem with that. But to quote Royce the 5'9", that's where I ruined this whole fucking thing. Holding a grudge is like letting somebody live inside your brain rent-free. Yeah. So, Simon Stinson, I finally related to like a point of my life where I was like him, where I still held on and I still hated so many things. I hated Mackenzie Bell. But Mackenzie Bell is this nice, genuine person, but I couldn't get past that. And I took it to the point where I didn't want to go see a beautifully done show just because he was in it, just because he was the lead.
Yeah.
Like, that's a point of jealousy that I hope to never, ever be in again. Because it did cripple me, in a way. So I think, like, I'm not going to say, like, okay, just let everything go. Because it's not easy.
From last week to this week, the thing with me was I was feeling everything, but I also wanted to do what they had. I felt bad bringing it to the classroom. I tried not to. I didn't say anything. And to an extent, when they say keep your work separate from anything outside, it's just I get it. You don't want to put it in there. Anything that you're doing, any creation scene, anything that you're making up, you don't want to insert something that, one, you don't have control over, or two, mainly that, just what you don't have control over. And I wanted to be able to get to a point of okay as fast as I could, just so that I could be back to focusing in class.
And that helps too, yeah.
And I'm personally proud that I'm better this week. I'm able to think and focus in class. But yeah, I think that goes for anything, any class, any course, theater, science. If you're going through shit, you still have stuff to do in life. If you have to work the next day, you can call in sick, but you will have to work again.
Yeah,
at some point.
Shout out to me, right, Gio?
The world keeps spinning around. You can't. Life will continue, whether or not you're feeling bad.
I think it's also to like the whole, like the grand scheme of things also.
Yeah, and that's something that helped a lot, was just looking at someone as old as Terry, or as, sorry Terry,
No.
looking at people that are older and being like, they've probably gone through this 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me feel less, it's just knowing it'll be okay.
It's like hearing
It's
a
gonna
song
be okay.
and hearing the song speak to exactly what you're feeling. Like, wow, this person went through that. They know how I'm feeling, and I'm hearing them talk about it, and that's exactly how I feel. You don't feel like you're alone at that moment. You feel like you're sharing a moment with this person that 100,000 people have shared.
And that's
nice.
where, in the modern day, this is going a little off topic, but for me, I found those people online. I found people that I watched on YouTube. I found the internet was the people that I talked to about, not actually, I wasn't sitting in front of my screen talking back to whoever I was watching, but I found comfort and solace and understanding in people that I watched online. But those weren't ever people that I could actually communicate with, which was a problem.
See, I was at a point in my life where I would watch I would watch one group in particular, and I didn't have much going on outside of life, and I would just watch them and listen to them talk, and I felt such a strong connection to them, but I had to detach myself from that because I'm like, they don't know me at all, and I'm investing so much of my life into these people, and it's unhealthy.
Yes.
Because like I'm building a one-way relationship, and it doesn't make sense that I am.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's completely bad. I think a lot of the problems that people face now are partially caused by it. Just the feeling of being lonely, the feeling of having, like, you can't talk to anyone else, that you, all those anxieties and stuff kind of stem from a little bit from that idea of watching someone on the internet, or even fucking watching movies, or getting your mind off of things. But also just if you put all your joy on anything, on a person, on a thing that you watch, it affects you. You can't do that. There has to be multiple outlets for your feelings.
For sure.
When I'm in general, when I'm tired, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, I have multiple YouTube channels. One of the most prominent is the Game Grumps. I watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to back
I
you
watch
up on
them.
that. Yeah.
They're good.
I watch them play. I watch them, and
I watch the same jokes over and over again. Yeah.
And to an extent, you put yourself on the couch with them. You listen, and you enjoy what they're doing, and you feel like they're connected. And they take the responsibility of communicating with you. That, hey, they say hi to you. They say, I hope that you're having a good day. They talk to you directly.
That's the levels.
There's a responsibility that comes with being someone on the internet, that anyone who has an audience in general has that responsibility to know, some people you're helping get through tough times, but also you have to be careful. Will Burnham is he in his special said, and I took a long time to analyze it, but he said, if you can live without an audience, do it.
Yeah, every once in a while I just want to just get off all social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah, that's
I
right.
don't see why I have it, but for some reason I keep going back and I look at things.
Social media, social media is something I literally cut out of my life because I would see something so small and it would set off something.
Yeah.
That's also what I think has.
I think Snapchat's gonna be the first to go.
Also,
Yeah.
waste.
Snapchat and Instagram, those are the two things I got rid of right away. So I was like, these are constant reminders.
I've deleted Instagram from my phone and Facebook. Facebook,
Mike.
Oh, I was expecting a little further now.
Anyways, this is where I partake.
I gotta work tomorrow.
This is where I partake in
Be
the
good.
leaving.
Yeah, this is where I take off.
All right.
Have a good night, Connor.
Good night to everybody out there who might or may probably will not be listening to this. It was good for us. I love you both.
Love you too.
And I hope that you have good nights, and I hope that you go to sleep, Gio.
I sleep.
Get home safe, Connor.
I hope to.
Get home
Long
safe.
walk.
I'm gonna get in the front seat now. Don't do the weird thing where you stay in the back.
It's just the two of us.
Alright, we're back.
Just the two.
Mike and I.
Mike and Gio.
I deleted Facebook. I deleted Instagram. Messenger I keep because it's a form of communication. But even that is scary just because of all the monitoring that goes on.
I need Facebook for like the Bonnie and Clyde stuff
Yeah.
because they said they have Facebook group
Yeah.
and all that.
And it's become-
I don't mind. I use it for auditions and shit like that.
Yeah, and it's become convenient. It's almost expected of you to have a Facebook account in the world.
I scroll a bit. It's huge.
I have wanted to stop scrolling because everything just looks
It's all
dumb.
memes.
It-
It's all memes. and
It's
bullshit.
memes, jokes, or even just what my aunt. I like seeing the personal stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I feel like Instagram does that better because it's a photo. This is what they did. Mode takes it too far where
Mode-
she
I-
writes a paragraph.
I
It's fun.
love Mode stuff. I love reading.
He's a sweetheart.
people's thoughts through that. It's like it's a journal entry,
Yeah.
and it's stuff that they want to share. It's not like
No, it's
so
not.
it's
Brian.
nice. I like that. Unfortunately, I started writing something up, and I'm like, oh well, this is stupid,
I've done that
and I
before.
delete it.
I've done that before where I wanted to write something. I wrote a post and I was like, I don't need to share this with anybody.
I just had to kind of write it up, and now
yeah.
I'm happy. I do that
one-
with Twitter a lot.
one
It's like I'm gonna
gosh.
write a comment, delete it.
I immediately was turned off by Twitter. There was a person that I knew that posted almost every single moment on there,
It's
everything
fun.
that happened, and I just went, no, that's dumb. And even
Except for
the
like,
people,
again, I love sports.
Yeah.
So I use it for sports updates.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's about it.
I haven't to check. I have an account, but I check in on certain creators that I'm in. Like, are they doing anything right now? Are they have a charity event that they're tweeting about? But
Okay.
nah.
It's really cool.
And I post very rarely on Instagram.
Yeah. For me, it's
I've
been-
gotten
it's
away
been
from
a
it.
while.
Yeah. Metric Autumn. I've gotten away from it because it didn't. I don't know. I don't have the comments get it's the same as everything else, and it's boring. And I don't feel anything gratifying. I much prefer being in a room with someone and going through photos and be like, look, this is what I did. This is one of my best friends. This is blah. Compared to, I really want to do a photo album. I want to make my own photo album from pictures either from maybe high school, but also a lot from the last
I
year.
have one of those that Insta pics whatever things where you could.
Do you have a camera like that?
No,
Is
it's a printer, so you can connect it to your phone and you print up the
Oh,
pictures
okay.
in little on those little photo things. I never figured out how to actually get it to fucking work. It's like it just doesn't make sense. I almost had it, and then it just didn't work. So that's my struggle with some technology. See, I think I'm pretty tech savvy. I think
Yeah.
until it's just shit that's not. It should be fucking easy. It's just not.
This is when we start to sound old.
Yeah. I mean, I've built computers. I
18.
built computers for myself, for my friends.
Yeah.
I
No,
have
for the-
no problem with that shit.
For the most part.
But then I pick up a phone that I haven't used
Yeah.
before, and I look like I'm fucking 90 years old. And everybody laughs. Okay, that's great.
No, I the thing that makes me feel old and out of the loop is when people have jokes that I don't understand.
Okay.
Like they're talking about someone that I just completely don't know. When my little cousins start talking about
YouTube.
not YouTube people, I'm usually good. I'm on top of it for that.
Are you sure?
I think I know people.
Yeah, but it's not people that we would know. Like makeup tutorial.
No, anything like that.
Yeah.
I was not into Vine. They're also stupid.
I was into a few
They-
fighters.
I feel out of the loop when they reference a joke that I don't get.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, you look at this video, and then I watch it. Most of the time, it makes sense why I wouldn't know it because it's dumb. But still, I feel like the odd one out sometimes.
I feel like the odd one out all the time.
Anyways, I think that's where we're gonna wrap for now.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for joining us. If I end up posting this to anyone who listens,
Anybody who listens.
and
Don't know who that would be, but
hopefully we do this
maybe
again.
it's us. Maybe
Maybe it's us, just listening
listen
to ourselves.
talk. As fucking narcissistic assholes. Narcissistic fibrosis.
I fall asleep to the sound of my own voice.
Yeah.
It's so pleasant.
Cut out that joke.
All right.
The sultry voice. All right. Drop it, lock it, pop it. Podcast.
Have a good
Signing off.
have a good morning, afternoon, night,
Name pending.
and name pending.